If you are Chris Stooksbury, you are going to celebrate Thanksgiving on Monday. And then also, looky-loo at that, on November 28th, because Chris is one of those people we like to say are Americans living in Canada. Joining us today, portfolio manager with Beacon Hill, Cross-Border Wealth Management. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, I'm told you are part of a very popular Facebook group called Americans in Canada, and you live this dual citizenship life.
Yeah, that's correct. It's been 12 years. I can't believe it. And everything that, I've been here 12 years, and it still surprises me every single year when my wife says, hey, it's Thanksgiving weekend. And I'm like, but it's October. How in the world can it be Thanksgiving?
Okay, so you are born and raised in the United States?
Yeah, I was from Chicago, New York, and I moved in, we left the States in 2009, and then went to London, England, brief stopover in Asia, and then we moved to Victoria 12 years ago, so yeah.
Okay, what is it that made you settle and stay and choose Victoria, though, if you've lived in all these fantastic cities?
I married a beautiful Canadian woman, and she was from here, so when we had our child, we just stayed.
Ding, 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 all for the love.
That's right.
Okay, so even a decade now later, you still think it feels a little odd to do Thanksgiving in October?
Yeah, I call it my warm-up Thanksgiving. I'd say the biggest differences between, the U.S. Thanksgiving and Canada, outside of the time, is, in the U.S., the significance of Thanksgiving is much larger. In other words, everyone goes home for Thanksgiving. Christmas is optional, but everyone goes home for Thanksgiving. It's kind of a 4-day weekend revolved around that. Where in Canada, it's kind of like, it's one meal. So that's one thing. The other thing different is for all the football fans is there's no football here on Thanksgiving, which feels weird.
Right. So it's the grandness of Thanksgiving in the U.S. compared to here, and also you're just missing your NFL.
Yeah, I mean, the from a culinary perspective, it's the same, right? You're eating dry turkey at your in-law's house. All that stuff is all the same. But it's really more in the U.S., it's a whole weekend. Everyone comes home if you live, away from your hometown. And it kind of, it's really, centers around that weekend and, kind of football.
Okay, so we have the same dry turkey, and I will say this because my mom's not listening. No one's turkey is drier than my mom's because she wants to make sure she doesn't give anyone food poisoning. So we've got American Canadian dry turkey, ding, ding, ding. Is there any food, though, that you get to have for American Thanksgiving that you don't here? Is there any, sweet potato marshmallow mash or something?
There's one. So, and this in America is going to be very regional. So, I'm from Chicago originally, and it wasn't Thanksgiving if we didn't have my grandma's 7-layer Jell-O. And every Thanksgiving that I've been at while I was at home, we always had Jell-O as a dessert. And that's my wife jokes every Thanksgiving here. Well, there's no Jell-O, but every region is going to have its own kind of unique. Appetizer or side dish, scallop potatoes or, sweet potato fries. It just depends on where you're from.
Sorry, and just back to the 7-layer Jell-O, because I'm very familiar with the 7-layer nacho dip, but 7-layer Jell-O, is it all layers of Jell-O, or is there some, fruit and vegetables or something layered in there, too?
No, it's 7 different colors of Jell-O. So my grandma would make it with 7 different food colorings and would pour one layer at a time. It took, who knows how long it took, but it was always 7 layers.
So are you making 7-layer Jell-O for your family now for Canada Day Thanksgiving? Are you bringing it here? You're
really guilt-tripping me. I am not. So I have
Chris.
that. I know that tradition has died. The Stooksbury family is probably rolling in their grave right now.
Okay, look, if you can't bring it back this year, then at least you got to start planning it for somehow Canadian Thanksgiving to come. And then one year, at some point, people will look back and go, how did 7-layer Jell-O ever become part of Canadian Thanksgiving? And it will be credited to the Stooksbury family.
I'll be patient zero, that's right.
So you definitely do Canadian Thanksgiving and American Thanksgiving, and then you get to Christmas and you think, I am so turkey stuffed, I can't handle any more of this.
That's correct, yeah.
I love it. And at Beacon Hill, Cross-Border Wealth Management, does that mean you just constantly get to dip into both sides of your life, a little America, a little Canada, a little United States, a little Canada?
That's true. In fact, I became a proud Canadian a year and a half ago. In fact, it was the first in-person swearing in after COVID. So yes, I do get to double dip. So I take the best of both worlds, so to speak.
Thank you so much for sharing the Canadian-American Thanksgiving. You're just a constant dry turkey, miss the football, 7-layer Jell-O dip, but overall, family and some good times.
Yeah, we share that together. Our cultures are the same in that sense.
Thank you so much, Chris Stooksbury. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.